Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good day, whatever it is for you. Today, obviously trying a new intro and, looking at some popular bike setups here. So what I'm gonna do is go back to the pits, and then we've got obviously the pits here. Go to my garage. Then this is my setup right here. I literally lower the gas and I press save, and then I save it just under whatever I'm riding, MX or Supercross. Um, you know, and then I go out and ride on it, and I mean, rightfully so. I mean, obviously, forget to reset the track each and every time I'm out here. Jiminy Christmas, I am just a brain dead human, I guess. I don't know, but second or third video with this new microphone here, so hopefully you guys are liking it. I'm still adjusting some settings to it, so hopefully you guys can grow accustomed to that. But basically, I'm gonna give you guys the rundown on my setup. I'll give you a few laps on my setup here, and then you guys can watch me ride with like a so-called pro setup. I'll try to find one, and then I'll slap her on. I'll start maybe doing a little bit of adjustments. I'll review it and whatnot, and it should be pretty fun. So yeah, I guess it's been a few laps here on the Moto Sandbox, made by no other than, I think, Rubes. I think that's who made these in this wonderful compound. That deform's so great. I have the deform up on 2.3, so hopefully you guys are learning to respect it, as I missed that quad. I didn't even realize to go for it until it was a little too late, so I'll try to take the inside here for the whoops. These whoops are definitely challenging, so it's always good to get through those, well and nice. So I'm sorry if you guys hear any background noise as well. It's been thundering. I live in California. If you guys don't know what's going on in California, well then, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know what to tell you. Get off TikTok or get onto the right side of TikTok. But basically, we're facing severe flooding and stuff in California, but luckily I'm not in, that part of California, luckily. But we're still getting some very heavy winds, thunder, heavy rainstorms overnight. So yeah, I guess I'm not real prone to the whole rain flooding thing where I'm at, but still get all the bad stuff for sure. As far as storm comes around, right? So I chose this track as well for the both tracks. We have the south and the north. Right now we're running the north track, and the south track is just to my left, so we will go spin actually a few laps on there, as I'm kind of sick of the north track. But you guys basically just got the general gameplay there for the north track. Now here on the south track, speaking of difficult whoops, these are as difficult as it gets, really. I mean, obviously there's some out there, but as long as this track goes, it's a little bit different and whatnot. So I don't know, I guess it's just different tracks, but the whoops are in the same same form and whatnot. So with just the different soil textures and whatchamacallit, and different corner length and whatnot. Why don't I commit there? I was literally half throttle for some reason. Just trying to think of words. This is why it's better if I just don't talk. I'm not going to be able to make it over that roller. Not with hesitating once again, and then we start to slide. It's one thing on the Husky with the stock setup, especially, is when you don't top a berm, it will actually almost sink you. So if I'm all the way up here, I'm just not gonna slide. But if I was below that, I have a way higher chance of sliding, especially if I were to cut that corner down. Oh, I wanted to get a good run through there. Unfortunately, did not. It was not even close to good. We'll go up and over that. Little triple there with a little tire tap. You know how it is. And then we'll go around this corner, go on off. And then this is what I love about the stock suspension, is that just bikes that will work with the stock suspension, just you don't have to change anything, and you don't have to get accustomed to anything. So if you ride a bike long enough, I just rode the stock Kawasaki with the tire update last OEMs. So That's where I really grew, you know, used to all the stock bike stuff. So what in the world was that? Never happens. But I guess, yeah, let's see what sort of quote unquote pro setups we can find for the Husqvarna. And obviously I'm not trying my ass off, I'm not trying like super hard. So I mean, just to let you guys know, it's not like full disclosure. Okay, so I was actually just looking for, you know, a setup or two, and couldn't find any. So what we're actually going to be doing today is, you know, messing with mine. So I don't know what sort of tires everybody else rides with, but I'm going to stick with these tires. I just feel best on them. And then on these sort of tracks, you probably want to actually lower, you know, everything. I'm not sure what to exactly lower. Like I've said, I'm not a real big pro guy when it comes to setups and whatnot. I'm not gonna mess with the drivetrain and gearing. It's perfect how it is, and then we'll just swing the swing arm length up a little bit. And I mean, I'd rather stay on standard, but I guess for the sake of the video, let's go on to aggressive and see how much it really changes the way I ride, the way I feel, the way everything feels. So it should be really interesting here. I'll even give her a little test start. The Husqvarna has slowly become a front runner for me here with these new bikes. So I mean, damn, did you hear that? That is, dude, my house is currently shaking because of thunder. Dude, it sounds like a giant tsunami wave is just flowing in right now. Sorry for that little sidetrack right there. Oh my god, dude, if you guys can hear that, that is freaking crazy. I don't know. I guess let's let's focus on the video. I'm sorry for the interruptions and whatnot. So far I don't notice a whole big difference other than, I mean, obviously I'm still gonna get that triple. It's a pretty easy one. Can we wheelie up this? We can't. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna like lose my front end out on that. We're gonna take this corner, see how we can get through these whoops. It's honestly a little bit more disappointing than I thought. The bike almost feels a little bit more light, but I have a feeling that has something to do with the suspension being down, but it could just be a me thing. Just because I changed my bike setup, I'm looking for something that's changed. So I love this track. This is probably my favorite track on the compound. It's a Supercross. So just to let you guys know that, at least take this turn in. I tried to go quad, but I accidentally oversteered. So that is user error. That has nothing to do with the bike setup. The bike doesn't feel much different, honestly. The one thing I do notice the most, though, is it does lack a little bit more, you know, giddy up through the whoops. Like right here, like it's normally easy if I'm going at that pace to stay on top, but I'm not. And then acceleration right there. I feel like a lot of this has to do with the swing arm length, if I'm being honest. Just in that, you know, sort of deal. I've also been told to mess with tire pressure, but I just never do in the first place. Probably could help, and I probably did not think about that. But I'll just you know, keep doing my thing through those whoops right there. It's not all that bad. I think setup's gonna matter a lot on the red dirt track you guys saw, and I'm just trying to take the standard lines and the lines you guys saw me take earlier, or else I would be trying to get a little bit more creative. And yeah, I think that'll do it for me on this track as I just continue to crash. But you guys already saw a test start, so no need. And we'll hammer down on this track right here. Try to really get it going here. Those whoops are a little bit easier just because I went pretty far outside. And yeah, the bike just doesn't feel like, I'm guessing it's a swing arm. You guys saw me do my little tap thing where I got out of all that, and now it just doesn't happen. So just a little observation, and I feel like you want your swing arm length a little bit further back, actually. When it's you know, Supercross, you always hear people telling you to turn it up. At least I do. And you probably want it down. It might slow you down a little bit in corners and confidence wise, but you might just have to find a sweet spot in the corners. But yeah, if you don't want to like absolutely, you know, fold on a Supercross track because you case something because you know, your bike's such a wide base, then I just wouldn't run, you know, a high swing arm at all. So I don't notice really a big difference with the bike other than the swing arm. I think the swing arm is the most noticeable thing. The mapping almost feels like it's worse, like it's not as aggressive. It feels like it's a little bit more calm than usual, actually. So yeah, it's just not going for me right in that section yet. So that is one thing I'm noticing. The front end feels a little bit more heavy, or the bike just feels a little bit more spread out, which it is. But I don't know. It's different in a way, but I feel like most of it is just on the swing arm setting. It does seem a little bit easier to jump a pretty, you know, fair way, like a pretty distant jumps. It feels pretty easy in a way. So I'm gonna come up short on that, but yeah, I can basically just pop that and easily clear it. Getting over that isn't a big issue, and then a little whip over the finish line jump. I've been enjoying some stand-up whips for sure. I've noticed they've been a little bit better than the sit downs with these new bikes. And then yeah, that is one thing that the forks, or not the forks, the swing arm will help you with, is distant whoops like that, going in slow and still, you know, surviving, because you're still hitting all of them. So if there's one pro about the swing arm, it's definitely that. But yeah, you guys basically just saw I run, you know, stock setup, and it's not an issue for me. You spend enough time on it, you just grow so attached to it, or just used to it in general. So yeah, I don't know, I don't recommend it. I mean, I definitely do, but for those of you that are stubborn and you like your setups and they make you, or like you think that they make you better, still go ahead and run them. Just do what's more comfortable for you. I'm not saying that all setups are ineffective. It just kind of depends on the player and the bike and the track. And so I just try to stick with stock setup and roll with it on every track. I feel like that's just the best way I do it. You guys do it however it is you want. I'm not telling you to do something a certain way. I don't know. I just feel like for me personally, it just isn't the best thing. Bike setup is just not for me, really. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. And it's kind of a different video than usual, so I mean, tell me, guys, how you liked it. And I don't know, I'll definitely have to look at your guys's your comments and whatnot on what you guys think of this video. I think it could be a highly controversial one, or I think it could be one where either you guys will always agree, or you guys will just disagree. But what I'm saying at the end of the day is just do what's more comfortable for you, and do what you know and what you're familiar with. And for me, that's a stock setup, and for you, it might not be. So just do what you want, roll with it, and stick with it is what I can tell you. Especially with a game like this, I definitely recommend sticking with it. But yeah, that's all for me. I have nothing else really to tell you guys or talk to you guys about, except we're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Absolutely absurd. So I just cannot wait to get there. That'll be it for me. I want to say that I appreciate all you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.